Right, guys, we're going to be jumping into Boundaries' newest album, Death is a Little More. To give a little preface, I am doing all of these live here on Twitch. Would love to do more metal reaction type stuff on here. Mostly do K-pop stuff live, so maybe I'll start doing these more on Twitch. So if you like them, come follow me on Twitch. It's the same thing, audioaddictionmedia. But I have heard this album is very good. I have not listened to it. As I mentioned in the Greyhaven video, I've kind of been out of the loop a little bit in terms of heavier-ish music. I still listen to heavy music. I love heavy music. But I wanted to do a couple more live streams with just heavy music. So if you like K-pop and you also like heavy music, then you're going to be eating good. If you like K-pop music, good, come join us for that. If you like metal music, come join me for this. So I'm going to try to do more of these if I can. So come join me. Would love to see you. But either way, notes aside, we are going to get into Boundaries. Death is a Little More. The first song on this album is Turning Hate into Rage. I have not listened to any of these. I haven't listened to singles. I have not listened to any of this sort of stuff, but I heard this was good. So let's start off with the first one. So let's give it some love. Woo!
Every day to never be moved by what you believe. Show us what you really are. I live and die by your comparison. Your immortal perfection.
Oh!
Freshly severed and out by your hair. Slack blood, frozen stare. I hope it's loud and clear.
Oh, a little blast beat section. I love that.
I fucking hate you!
Oh! Oh, that double bass section. All right.
The sick starved and to breathe, turning hate into rage.
Oh yeah. All right.
And we knew it all along. We knew it all along.
That little crash. All right. Let's go.
It happens every day. Great spell with hurt and betrayed. As well as an evil place instead of present.
Ooh, that shift was so sick.
You can hide.
All right. All right.
This world is evil. I don't have the devil. I've seen how the story ends. The lucky ones are left to mourn the dead.
Oh my fuck, holy shit. All right. This is Boundaries, Turning Hate into Rage off of their newest album, Death is a Little More. If this is the start of the album, this is only track 1. Holy fuck. Oh my god, this is... I just want to say they dialed it up to like 11. Their last album, which I'll pull up now because we're on Spotify, Bearing Brightness was a fantastic record. If you're not, check that out. Go give it some love. But I thought that was heavy. They got the memo, man. I'll tell you what, because Turning Hate into Rage was wild. There was about like, I want to say at least 7 or 8 different like tempo changes in the song, which I really like. I didn't feel like they were the type of band to switch it up that much, but man, I really enjoyed this one a lot. Really aggressive, really heavy. I love the mix on this. I don't know if this will tell me who did the mix and master on it. I want to say they went to the same person that they went to last time, which I think was I want to say it was Putney again, but I'm not 100% sure. If it is Putney, it would make sense. But or it's maybe Matt. Uh, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But I know he's also worked with what's his face. Will Putney. I just said it. I don't know why I blanked. But really, really, really aggressive song to start off this album with. Absolute panic attack inducing, but like in the best way possible. So I absolutely love this song for that reason. But the breakdown in the song was crazy. You could hear like guns like starting to like load up in like the before the breakdown, and I'm almost positive they transpose like the blasting of a gun to the breakdown. So I feel like if anything, this song will probably go uber hard in the live setting. So definitely a great great song to start off the album with. But yeah, I think the coolest thing about the song was just kind of the tempo changes. There was a lot of cool switch ups, stuff I wasn't really expecting from this album, but I think does a really great job in practice. And I think they are able to kind of hit on different notes and different tones in this song that I really like. Their screamer is always so tight. He's got such a like aggressive like screaming tone that I love, and that's kind of what I love about Boundaries music. But I feel like this song specifically has brought out all of that like rage, and I love that. Obviously, turning hate into rage being the song, I think he evokes that feeling super well. So absolutely love that element of it, as well as that I also absolutely loved the drumming in the song. The drumming was fantastic. Their drummer is an absolute machine. Love that, because I think it adds that sort of like blistering sound to this album. So really great. Big salutes to Boundaries on just this song being an absolute monster of a track to start the album off with. So we are going to move into track 2, which is Darkness Shared. So let's keep this hurt train rolling and give this one a listen. Ooh, that little pinch harmonic. All right.
Choking down the scent of death with every breath. I never asked for any of this. Existence ushered in, bathed in the grace of the divine.
All right, what are we getting?
I am prepared.
Oh.
Darkness shared. Systematic, traumatic. You make me sick. I would rather be someone.
This feels like old school like metalcore riffing, like an As I Lay Dying type riff.
Why'd you come crawling back? I got broken glass. Empty the shade from your boots. No amount of
Ooh, some double bass.
could ever come close to what you've done to me.
Ooh. Yeah, this is very OG metalcore chorus here. Lil Kearns vibe too. Ooh, that like tapping leads. Oh, we're gonna get a fat breakdown. Oh, halftime? Interesting. Oh my god. I didn't even want to stop it. It just went nuts. Holy shit. Oh man. All right. Well, if this isn't going to be album of the year so far, I'm going to be surprised because these two songs have been absolutely mental already. So I don't know. This is going to be tough. If you're just joining us, this is Boundaries' newest album. Death is a little more. I think it's a little bit more. I think Boundaries has put it a little bit more on this release. So I'm stoked. This is great. This is like insane. Oh my god. Again, very similarly to Turning Hate into Rage, I love the like changes in the song. I think they do a really great job of kind of migrating throughout the entirety of the song. Like I just think they have a good flow, and while the song is heavy and very blistering, I think they do a really great job of kind of allowing space to form within these songs, but not for long periods of time. I think there is a good they have a good feeling on meter, and I think that's what I really enjoy about this song. I also really enjoyed the chorus of this song. Very like Currents-esque. Also I would say like very like OG, like early 2000s like metalcore, like a Kill Switch Engage slash like As I Lay Dying type chorus. I believe, I don't know if it's their guitar player or bass player or both. I know one of them one of them does clean singing. I can't remember which one, but I know it's one of their members does it. But really great clean tone. I love their clean tone. I know they don't use it too often in their music, but anytime you get a good like sing along type chorus, I think is well warranted, and they do a really great job of that. There was definitely like in that like I guess it was still in the first verse. It could potentially be in pre-chorus, but the way that they kind of had this, like, again, almost like As I Lay Dying, Kill Switch Engage type guitar riff that I really enjoyed. Again, grew up listening to that sort of stuff, and I think they do a great job of kind of migrating that sort of sound into this song specifically. So big kudos. You know, we always giving a shout out to early 2000s metalcore. So big vibes. Enjoyed that a lot. But man, that ending in this song, I think it bleeds really well into this next song that we'll listen to in just a second, like Petals from a Stem, because it's only a minute and 30 seconds roughly, so I think it's going to be an absolutely blistering track, very similarly to the rest of the songs on this album so far. But yeah, overall, these two songs have been heavy hitters, so definitely no sleep. We're just getting into the straight heavy bits, and I'm about it. So very, very great song. I think out of the two, it's gonna be tough to pick a favorite, but I do think they have all been phenomenal so far, so really enjoyed it. But let's get into like Petals from a Stem. So let's get absolutely obliterated. Yep. Ugh. Oh! Oh no. Oh! What an interesting place to put that in there. But anyway, that was like petals from a stem. If you've not checked out Boundaries, this is a great introduction. This one was blistering, as I mentioned before. I think it leads in super well from Darkness Shared. I think the transition between the songs, obviously, I'm sure it would be probably better listening to it just straight through, but want to kind of talk about each song individually, so that's why I've been pausing. But man, this kind of transition between those two songs really well warranted. I think it does kind of it kind of just works so flawlessly. So I absolutely love that element of the track. But man, the use of dissonance, the like, I feel like Boundaries is a type of band, at least for me, that just puts this like oppressive layer of sound on you. Like there's just something about the way that these songs are crafted. It feels like someone is sitting on you. Like there's something about it that like their musicality is so heavy. But I love that element of it. I think it's what I would argue separates them from other like metalcore heavier bands, is that I think the way that they are able to kind of just add this sort of like white noise wall of sound sort of feeling to their music. I think it is conveyed super well in their styling and what they do. And I think that like Petals from a Stem does a really great job of kind of finding that heaviness and putting it into that sort of sound. So really, really love that a lot. As well as that, the screaming on this song was insane. I love the lows that their screamer does. I think he just has a really unique kind of, again, low guttural sort of tone. And I think the song really highlights that super well. But yeah, what a breakdown. And I was a little surprised. I think the end of this song probably leads in really well to a Easily Erased, but I kind of I like the way that these songs kind of have this way of bleeding into each other in a nice way, that I feel like maybe I want to say other songs in their catalog don't really do well, because I do think they do them well, but I'm very curious to see how the rest of this album kind of shapes out, because a lot of these other songs on this album all have like pretty heavy features. Like Lockie's from Alpha Wolf, Marcus is from In Van Anime, and then Matt's from Kublai Khan. So there's a lot of like heavy vocalists, and I'm curious how they're going to be able to integrate those into the typical Boundaries sort of sound. I think they'll do a really great job, just to preface that I feel like they were going to do a good job, but be curious to see how well they mesh. But we are going to get into Easily Erased, which is the next one on the list here. So let's get into it.
I shall see you when you're right. I can't even know peace when you're not near me. How something's never changed all of this time, and I still can't keep the peace. Will you break?
Ooh. Ooh, that little bell hit. Oh no.
Every life lived 1,000 times still isn't goodbye. All the fucking years I lost. I trade for the best time in my life. Will you break all of the promises that you made?
Clean vocals are a choice. Interesting.
My love for you
those days I wish I never met you. Because then I could sleep at night. I didn't have to walk around with the knowledge that there was someone like you out there.
Oh, something's coming. Oh! Oh, that was wild. All right, cool. That was easily erased from Boundaries' newest album, Death is a Little More. If you have the opportunity, go pick it up. Go do it. I also know that they are currently out on their headliner tour to, obviously support this album. So if you can go out to see them, I would love to see them, but I think the Philly date is sold out, and I'm really sad that I didn't buy tickets to that. So maybe I'll try to go. If possible, would love to go. So, we'll see what happens. But, man, this song was very interesting, but I think very similarly to what Boundaries does, I think they made it really interesting to me. Really enjoyed their screamer. I think he does a really great job of kind of, again, cutting through the mix super well. But as well as that, I thought it was really interesting in terms of the clean vocal choice in this song. It kind of surprised me. I know that they have used clean vocals in the past, and also on this album so far, Darkness Shared. But I was really surprised about this song a little bit, especially kind of more with that more tonal, screamy kind of clean vocals. I almost thought for a split second it sounded a little bit like Spencer Statello from Periphery. If you've not checked out Periphery, go check them out. They're great. But I almost instinctually thought that, and the only reason why I almost also thought that was because they are signed to 3 Dot, which is owned by Misha, who is the guitar player for Periphery as well. So I kind of thought it was that, but I don't know if that's the case or not. If somebody would like to correct me and let me know, that would be great. But I'm pretty positive it wasn't him, unless it was just not something that they mentioned or whatever. But I really enjoyed this song. I thought it was very interesting. The chorus was really big. I think this would be a fun one to see live. But I also really enjoyed the breakdown in this song. Really, really aggressive, especially towards the end of this song. Really wild how they just doubled down on that really crazy breakdown part. Love that for them. I think they did a really great job of executing it. But also as well, I think they did a really great job of incorporating those really fun, fast riffs with some slow beat down sort of esque parts. And I've always felt like Boundaries has done a really great job of kind of threading the needle on that, where they do have these kind of fight riffs in certain sections, but I've really kind of enjoyed the vibe of this one. In terms of my favorites, Jared, so far, I would say I liked Turning Hate into Rage and Easily Erased so far. But we're on... Easily... No, I was going to say, is it Easily Erased? I know for a fact Turning Hate into Rage is definitely one. I'd probably say Darkness Shared, actually. So I think the first 2 songs on the record are probably my favorite thus far. But we still have more to go, and we have some great vocal features coming up, so I'm pretty pumped. But this next one is going to be oh, nice. The next one is going to be Cursed to Remember. I think I agree with Kyle, because it kind of gave me a little bit of As I Lay Dying / a Kill Switch Engage type early 2000s like metalcore riff, and I was really surprised that they would incorporate something like that. So I like that. Yeah, it did definitely touch that nostalgia itch a little bit, you know. So I feel you on that. Feel you on that one, Kyle. But we are going to get into Cursed to Remember. What's your favorite, Jared, since this is your album of the year? So I'm curious which songs you're excited. You better stay for this whole fucking thing now, because, listen, you wanted to hear this record, so now you got to stay here. So you got to pull the stream up and watch this whole damn thing. So let's go. This also has like an early 2000s like vocal tone. What the fuck? Ooh. Ooh, I like that, like, tremolo picked riff. Ooh. That double bass press. All right, let's go. Oh, nice. The last track hits the heaviest. Sorry, I'll keep my eyes peeled. Do you have any other favorites, Jared? I need to know now so I can prep my body. Interesting ending to the song. Huh. I just want to say their guitar tone on this record is so phenomenal. It's like the perfect amount of like grittiness to like really just like straight punch. There's just something about the way the guitars were worked on this. Big salutes. Jared, do you know who did the production on this? I want to say it was Putney, but man, yeah, the guitar tone is so good. It's like just chunky enough, but like also at the same point just threads the needle super well in the mix. So big salutes to whoever did it. But man, if you're just joining us, that was Cursed to Remember from Boundary's newest album, Death is a Little More, as you can see on the screen here. So go show it some love if you have not. Also, they're out on tour, so if they go hit your city, go out and see them. Great live band. I've seen them a couple times, and I've always had a blast seeing Boundaries. And also, the tour is great, so go out and see that tour. Really, really great lineup. But anyway, Death is a Little More. Oh, Randy LaBeouf. Oh, okay. He's great, too. I love Randy. Shout out to Randy. He does a lot of great heavy albums, so I'm not really surprised. But anyway, Curse to Remember, I'm pretty sure they went to Randy last time, too. I want to say they did. I'm just going to guess. If I'm wrong, let me know. Appreciate the information, Kyle. But this one was fun. I like the kind of, again, nostalgia that I feel in the choruses. Very, like, early 2000s metalcore. Still about it. Still vibing with it. Still something I like. So big salutes to them for including that. I thought the riffs on this song were really fun. But, again, the drumming is really, really fantastic. Their drummer is so technically prowess that I really love the way that he kind of makes his way around the kit. I think he does a really great job of incorporating some like more like technical elements, but still keeping it fun, keeping it straightforward in some ways, where I think you would get like an interesting kind of straight beat section, but then like switch it up with like the feet. Like there's either more like fast paced like double bass work, or maybe more of a halftime section. I think their usage of knowing where to add a little bit more spice to the drumming, I think, is really well warranted in a song like this. So I think they do a really great job of kind of incorporating those different elements in. As well as that, their screamer, fantastic. Again, really bitey tone, and I think there's some really great like low screaming in this song that I really enjoyed. But I think by far, I think this chorus is probably my favorite on the record so far. I think it was integrated well. I think a very, very, very close second is Darkness Shared in terms of chorus, but I felt like this one was just like a little bit more polished, and I'm about it. So I'm definitely vibing with this song a lot. I think Curse to Remember will be probably up there in terms of songs that I enjoy. Maybe possibly being a favorite off this album, but I thought this one was very fun, and kind of, again, played to my nostalgia roots, but also at the same point kind of bringing in a lot of cool like heavier elements that I thought were fun. So definitely a vibe. If you have not listened to Curse to Remember or listened to this Boundaries record, we were about halfway through, so come join us for the latter half. If you are watching this on stream, and if you're not, sub up, because I hope to do more of these on Twitch, so give me a follow over there if you feel so inclined. But we are going to move it on to track 6, which is the title track. Death is a Little More. This one is the title track, so very excited to see how this one plays out. So let's give it a listen.
Every second I was sad, there's a scar I can't cover.
Ooh.
Every day that was sad is a path that I'll never get. No solution, only judgment. Always me.
Ooh.
Failure. The best of you, the worst of me. Perfection protected. All or nothing. All or nothing.
Oh, that drum section was sick. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, okay. Little shred in action? I'm about it. Oh, we're getting a solo crash. You know what that means. Oh, I thought they were gonna hit us with another breakdown. I'm surprised. I thought they would have hit us with a slow riff again. Interesting. I'm about it though. This was Death is a Little More off their album. Death is a Little More from Boundaries. If you have not checked them out, go show them some love. As I mentioned, you can go pick it up anywhere. It's out now. Really enjoyed this one. I thought this one was very cool. I liked the little guitar solo action. I thought that was really neat. Again, another blistering track. I feel like I'm gonna overuse the adjective blistering, but I think it is only the most appropriate adjective to describe Boundaries, because I think they find this way of always keeping heavy songs interesting, where I don't feel like to me it's like, okay, like everyone can kind of do the like chuggy sort of fat riffs. And listen, I'm a sucker for that shit. Listen, one of my favorite albums is literally the Attack Attack self-titled album, and I understand that is a type of shit that is about as cookie cutter as you can get. But I think the way that they kind of incorporate different rhythm sections, they incorporate, especially their drummer, the way that he is able to kind of keep the song interesting. You could have the same sort of riff, but just like the backing portions of the song always change up. I think it keeps the song interesting in that way. So I really, really enjoy that element of it. And I don't feel like it is just this like, okay, yeah, like they're just doing this kind of palm muted kind of riff section. I think there's a really unique way of kind of having fun within the track that doesn't seem like it's an overextension or just like being like grandiose for being grandiose. Like I think it really works well for the style of music that they do. And I think because they switch the rhythm sections up so often, it doesn't feel like you're hearing the same like fat, heavy, like breakdown section or beat down section every time. I think they kind of incorporate it in a unique way. And I would argue that point. So if you want to argue with me down in the comments, please argue with me. But to me, I feel like they do a really great job of doing that in a way that doesn't seem overplayed or overdone. This song itself, again, really fun, really aggressive. I think, again, the drumming is what really has been sticking out to me the most. But I think it's also because the way that it's incorporated and the way that it's utilized is really smart. Where, again, you could be given the same riff and the drumming pattern could switch up and it could make that song sound that much more different. And I think like we always give a pass to like some bands where they're like, oh my god, like the guitar playing on this is great, but I genuinely feel like the like rhythm section being the bass playing as well as like the drumming can vastly change up the song more than I think the guitar work can. And this is coming from a guitar player, a person that loves guitar and loves hearing guitar work. I think that the rhythm section, if you're able to change that up in such a unique way or keep it fun and inventive, then it is able to be translated into other songs where you could have the same sort of guitar riff section and it's going to feel different every time given whoever you're listening to in regards to either the drum work, the bass work, or the vocals. And I think the vocals are the ones that can be kind of the most, I don't want to say generic, but just could be the most like the most easily like accessible type sound, and it would still be a unique song if the instrumentation can be changed up in that way. So that's my my TED talk on that. But I really enjoyed the song a lot. I think this one is gonna migrate its way up to amongst some of my favorites. I think they incorporate that sort of heavy energy super well. Bringing back to the title track of, or not the title track, the first song on this album, which is Turning Hate into Rage. I definitely felt like there was kind of a correlation in terms of the writing style of that song and this song specifically. So I like that. Definitely more aggressive in its tone. There wasn't any clean singing. So I think that if you're understanding the message correctly, I think they did a really great job of incorporating that. But yeah, overall, 2 thumbs up. Enjoyed this one a lot. I think it deems the title of being being a good title track. So definitely like that. Jared said that that's the most interesting thing to me. Yeah, it's still Boundaries and Angry 000 core, but they keep it fresh by incorporating different elements to keep it interesting, not just cookie cutter beat down. The lyrics too, man, the story tells is super emotional. I'll have to go read the lyrics for this one in my free time. But so far I've been enjoying this record. I can definitely see if this is amongst people's albums of the year. I would not be surprised. It'll probably be pretty high up on my list as well in terms of just like fat riffs, angry, just angry tonality. I think they do a really great job of that, and I love that. So very cool. We are going to move on to track 7, which is going to be A Pale Light Lingers. This one features Lockie from the band Alpha Wolf. If you have not checked out Alpha Wolf, go show them some love. They're great. They also put out a new album, so maybe I'll wind up doing that on another stream soon. But yeah, great band. So I'm curious how Lockie's going to do his feature on this one. So let's give it some love. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Another day, dragged on into sleepless nights. I wish I knew no stars when the sky grows dark. Each one a reminder of all that we are, and how it fell apart.
Oh, that stop. All right. Ooh. Love this chorus.
Sacrifice! I am lost, unwilling and unmind, heart and soul, shattered and torn. I fucking burn for you, choking down the flames of regret. Black smoke fills the sky with how I burn. I don't forget that I'd rather be dead than forgive.
This is heavy. Interesting.
You were supposed to save me. The roots of you run with ruin. Nothing it will grow.
Oh, nice. Good lead into that chorus.
Painted with fire. A life lived with nothing to show.
Oh, nice. Little blast beat section. All right. Woo!
Feeling fucking worthless. Corruption's a farm.
Oh my god, that was so good. That led into that next track so well. I almost just let it go. But that was track 7, A Pale Light Lingers, from Boundaries' newest album, Death is a Little More, if you are just tuning in live here on Twitch. Man, this was great. I enjoyed that song a lot. I was really surprised at kind of like that little. I guess it was kind of a bridge section right after that breakdown with Loki. I was really surprised that they kind of went this like electronic breakbeat type drum section. That was a little interesting. I don't know if I'm really necessarily feeling that section of it, but I was very surprised that they incorporated that element into it. I know that in some of these songs they've incorporated like some talking parts, but I thought that was really interesting the way that they used it. I don't know if maybe it's just because there was like some space to kind of, as Jerry mentioned before, like maybe there was just space utilized for just like the heavy lyricism used in this track, could possibly be the reasoning as to why they kind of kept that gap a little bit. But I love the chorus of this song. I think the chorus, to me at least, was really, really fun. I think that it carries this sort of strong emotion to it, and that's what I kind of love about this genre of music, is just like the inherent emotion that you feel about a lot of these songs. I think they do a great job of conveying that sort of like dark, ominous, like undertone to their music, and I think Boundaries has always done a really great job of doing that. But I think for this song specifically, I think this one does a really great job of conveying that. As well as that, I really enjoyed this last breakdown. I love the way they switched up the rhythms in that. I thought it was really fun, really aggressive. Definitely something I felt like they could potentially do, and if they didn't do it, I would be like, it would have been fine. But I love the fact that they incorporated that in there. I think it just adds that extra element of like that extra element of surprise that I think is really, really, really unique. And so I love that element of it. And I think if Boundaries continues to do that in future releases, I'm always going to be stoked about it. So big love to this track. I think Locky did a really great job comparatively to Boundaries vocalists. I think their contrast works out really well. I did feel like the feature was like a tiny bit short, and I don't know if maybe just that was just the nature of the song. But I did feel like potentially I thought it could have been a little bit longer. If obviously I'm not paying for people to be vocal features on an album. I'm just speaking in terms of what I feel like might fit the song a little bit better, but I'm sure they have their reasonings as to why they wind up doing it. But I would have loved to hear a little bit more. I think it would have been cool to hear some like maybe screaming harmony. I think that would have been really unique. But yeah, I think overall this was a really well put together song. I think the vocal feature for the most part was really well antiquated to the track, and I thought the usage of like I don't want to say empty space, but the usage of like kind of like a blank canvas in that like middle section with like the breakbeat sort of drum part, I thought that was interesting. Maybe it allows you to kind of sit with the lyricism a little bit more. So I thought that was really cool. But overall, very fun track. And I think just kind of getting into like the latter half of this album, it's been interesting to see just a changeover from like if you were to flip this album in half. Like the tracks, this album is 6 tracks on each side, so if I consider this to be like a vinyl and I was flipping the vinyl over, I think it is a good song to start off the latter half of this release, I would imagine. So very cool. I like this so far. Get into some comments here. Jared said, the reason I love Boundaries so much is because usually bands that this heavy scream about played out tropes, topics, and his voice just perfectly encaps what it sounds like to cry out from the core of your soul. I feel his pain so raw, and again, the lyrics just stick with me. Again, gonna have to go through the lyrics. And then Kyle says, I think anytime you can find a lyricist that pulls on your heartstrings is just great to find someone that can put words to how you feel. I would absolutely agree with that. If anybody's any stranger to my channel, I have I have cried live on some videos. I am not going to tell you which ones to go look for, but I have done it live, so I know when something can pull on the heartstrings. So but man, these songs have been blistering to listen to, and I'm excited to kind of get into this latter half of the album. So we'll be very curious to see if any of these other songs would just break my heart open, and I'll be crying live on Twitch here. So let's get into Face the Blade next here, which is track 8.
it's never coming. Can you really fault me for looking forward to the end?
Ooh, that panning? That was sick.
But it still serves a tale. You can't take advantage if I don't let you in. Seeking redemption. They'll practice mercy. Understanding the blood I bleed, and I'm sorry. A sharpened end slips under my ribs. The price to be paid when you face the bleed.
Ooh, okay. Everybody get their two-step out.
To ever lose myself again. Reduced my power unused. Paralyzed by what's inside. Disappointing enough with a bone of ass. Too overwhelmed to make a difference. My insides spill onto the pavement, mimicking a field of orchids. A beautiful arrangement, the kind you wouldn't believe if you hadn't seen it. No feeling is permanent. Change is mine to have should I choose it. But before these choices can be made, I have to face the blame.
Ooh.
What else do you want from me?
Ooh.
Your affection feels like vengeance.
All right, guys. That was track 8, Face the Blade. Oh, man. This was also a really fantastic song. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse on just saying it's another fantastic song. But I feel like if you've been listening to this album, you would know it's a great album so far. So, I thought the lead up into this breakdown was tight. Like, just the spoken word, like the emotional, like, fortitude of this song, and just the way that it just feels like the absolute just like lay down of a punch at that breakdown was really, really gnarly. That's gonna definitely be a standout moment for me on this record, certainly. But as well as that, I like kind of like the little bit more fast paced, like hardcore type feel that this song has. I've always felt like Boundaries has done a really great job of blurring that line between like a hardcore beatdown type style music, but also incorporating like electronic elements, as well as incorporating like metalcore type riffs and stuff. I do think that they do a great job of threading that needle in a really nice way. So really enjoy that element of that. Again, their screamer, big salutes to him. I think this song definitely feels like one of those albums, or at least songs on the album, that I think delivers in such a unique vocal way that I really enjoy this one a lot. As well as that, I think just his delivery so far has been really great. But I felt like for whatever reason, that song stood out to me a lot. Just the way that the emotions are conveyed in this song. Like, I just think there was just like a lot more. There's just a lot more emotional fortitude, at least for me personally, that felt like this song kind of clung on to me a little bit better. So really enjoyed this one a lot. I think the riffs are really fun. The drumming in the song was also really good. Again, instrumentally, this album has been really fantastic. And I think, again, Randy did an absolute job smashing it out of the park with the just mix and master. It does feel like all of the like guitars and bass and drums just kind of have this overall like, they sit in the pocket super well, and then I think the vocals on top just add this sort of like just extra element that doesn't feel like it's too much, but just is right enough in your face where it hits. So big salutes to Randy. I also like the guitar panning, or the like just the panning of instrumentation at the beginning of that song. I thought that was really fun. I hope that they do that more. I always love when I get a good pan on, especially when you're listening to these albums with good headphones. Love that vibe, and I think they do a really great job of finding that midpoint with this song specifically. So another great one. We're going to be continuing on with the train here. We have Scars on a Soul, so let's give this one a spin. Ooh!
What the fuck are you looking at? What are you trying to say? How much is enough for you to be pleased? Trying to display myself for everybody. Shoulders round and
That intro riff was wild.
up in the corner. Tremors under my skin. Expose my hesitation. Where do I begin? It's so much easier.
Oh, those dissonant chords? Sick chorus. I'm about it. This is insane. Oh, are we gonna get a fatty breakdown here? Oh my god, that was so good. All right, that was Scars on a Soul, track 9 from Boundaries' newest album, Death is a Little More. If you haven't gone to check them out, or you are watching this, they are currently out on tour, so go and see them if you live in the U.S., because they're going to be touring across the U.S., so go show them some love. But, man, I think this one might be amongst my favorites off the album. I loved this one. The chorus was fantastic. I like that the beginning portion has some really great screaming work, but then the latter half of the chorus has this really, really cool, like, clean vocal section that I really enjoyed. I think very similarly to Curse to Remember. I think in terms of the choruses, really enjoyed the vibes and very similarly in tonality. So appreciate that a ton. As well as that, I love the switch up in rhythms, as well as, like, man, their guitar players, like, right wrist, like whatever their picking wrist is, man, must be insane, because there's a lot of great, like, there's a lot of great, like, guitar wrist string stuff, a lot of great, like, palm muting sections that I really enjoyed in the song, and I think they do a great way of incorporating these kind of, like, rhythmic elements in this track, especially in, like, the bridge section of the song, that, like, really cool, like, interesting dissonant sort of guitar riff, really, really nice, and I think it just flowed super well. For a song being, like, just under 3 minutes, I felt like this song could have went on for maybe, like, up to 3 minutes, and I would have been definitely, like, satiated, but I'm cool with where it's at. I mean, obviously, I would have loved more to this song, just a little bit more. Like if we got a couple more bars of that breakdown at the end, would have been totally okay with that. But I really vibed with Scars on a Soul. I'm gonna have to give this one another listen in my free time, but I absolutely love that one. I think it blends that kind of, again, that aggressive tone that I know and love from Boundaries, but also meshes it well with that kind of clean tone that I think they also do really well, but in a unique way. So definitely go check out Scars on a Soul if you haven't already. Great track. But we are going to move it into track 10, which is Blame's Burden. This one features Marcus Vick of the band Invent Animate. As I have mentioned before, I love Invent Animate. Their album from last year, Heavener, was amongst one of my favorite albums from last year, and I think they're a great band. I also know they're going out on tour coming up very soon with North Lane, so keep your eyes peeled. Go out and see them if you have an opportunity to do that. But listen, Boundaries, Invent Animate, I'm about this. So let's see what's good. Okay. I like this intro. Really tight. Oh, I love that descending guitar riff. What's with this synth? Oh. Wow, what a transition. Oh, hey. Oh, you're gonna hear him in the back. All right. Ooh.
Without the burden of anyone missing me, without the burden of the blame.
Oh, this laugh riff was so tight. That synth was a very unexpected turn, and I'm for it. Huh. Interesting song. All right, that was Blame's Burden featuring Marcus Vick of the band Invent Animate. If you're just tuning in, have possibly two more albums to do, so we'll decide on which one we're gonna do next here, but momentarily. But wanted to get into this song specifically. I think this is probably going to be my favorite song on the album. I know, no surprise to people who know me and know what I like, because this very much fits that box that I like about, you know, specific metalcore music, and this one checks all the boxes. Does it have cool synth in it? Yes. Does it have Marcus, who I really like vocally? Yes. Does it have fatty riffs? Yes. Does it have a really sick breakdown? Yes. So 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, possibly 12 out of 10. Really great song. I think the only thing that really surprised me was that really interesting kind of like synth breakdown section into the into the vocal feature. That was quite the change. I wasn't really expecting it. I don't think I'll quite get over that switch up, just because I think it's so abrupt. So I was really surprised the way that they kind of threaded the needle on that one a little bit. I think they cut it a little too close, if I'm being honest, but I still think that the song is great. I think Marcus does a really great feature. He not only does singing, but he screams in this feature, which is really cool. I love the way they kind of transitioned him out of the song. He does this kind of cool like vocal bend section, and then on top of that, then they kind of have him like in the background in terms of like more ambient style screaming towards the back, and then obviously Boundaries vocalist / screamer is more at the forefront. So it's this cool kind of like contrast and like depth of the song that I really enjoyed. Love the breakdown section. Thought that was super fun. Again, wrist strength must be on God mode, because there's some really great kind of like fast picking, like tremolo almost picking style, like palm muted guitar riffs. And I gotta give a shout out to guitar player, because I think the song, at least to me, the guitar work stood out a ton in this song, and I really loved it. But I love the kind of like more progressive odd elements that I feel like they didn't get to expand upon maybe in songs off this album. I think this was the song where they could do it, and I think they did it very well. So I think in terms of antiquation to having Marcus on this track, but as well as that just kind of more of a sound change in terms of delivery, I think they did a really great job. That synth section reminds me similarly, but not exactly the same as the way that like Make Them Suffer incorporates their synth elements now that they have Alex in Make Them Suffer. I think this is another really great kind of combination of sounds. And listen, I'm all for bands adding some really crazy fucking synth into a breakdown. So if you want to keep doing that, I'm here for it, you know. So keep rocking with it, you know. I might make me seem old as fuck, but I'm about it. So definitely Blame's Burden is probably going to be amongst my favorites. But we are going to get into track 11, which is Blood Soaked Salvation. This one features Matt Honeycutt of the band Kublai Khan. If you have not heard of Kublai Khan, what rock are you living under? And you should be unearthed from said rock, because Matt is an absolute monster of a vocalist. Also, the fact that this song is 1 minute and 46 seconds concerns me greatly, because this one just is probably going to be an absolute just clusterfuck of a song in like the best way possible. So let's get into Blood Soaked Salvation next. Oh!
A silence broken with malice. For the dead and the blighted, like a trigger in my hand. Squeeze your finger, what comes next? Take it alive out of my hands. Fucking fight alive. Maybe now I can see things from what they are. Never is your life.
Oh my god, those stops for those blast beats? Fuck. Oh my god.
God held to the ground. fucking death. I can't deal to stand up on my road with it covered in blood-soaked salvation. Listen to your own pain, grow pain and fade away into the darkened decay. Sick and frail, falling on the gates. A ghost looking at a halo, which by a slow. The blackened gates of Christ, grows into the night.
Oh. Oh. Holy shit. Alright. That was track 11, Blood Soaked Salvation, featuring Matt Honeycutt of the band Kublai Khan. This is 100. This is, I don't even know how I said 100. This was 1 minute and 46 seconds of pure pain. This song is like the living embodiment of pre-workout. I can't. This is like. This is like whatever you feel like the most roided out man to exist on the face of the earth in song form. God damn, holy shit. I don't even know if I could say anything about this song that just isn't clearly just stated about this song just listening to it. Oh man, this is crazy. I would have never expected. Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Matt. I feel like he is, like, again, Kublai Khan is one of the best bands you can put on at the gym. This is backed by science, because my God, I don't know how many like PR records I've set with just putting Kublai Khan in my ear holes, but dear Jesus, I feel like I can conquer the world whenever I listen to Kublai Khan. I felt like this song was very similarly in that vein, but like more chaotic, and I'm totally about that. I think, again, Matt adds this sort of, he has such a unique vocal tone, and I think it meshes up well with Boundary's vocalist, but doesn't overshadow it. I think Matt has a really aggressive tone too, but I think the way that they are kind of able to play off of each other in this song was really great. This song starts off strong and ends even stronger, which is, I don't know how is possible, but I feel like I could go punch a bunch of holes into a wall right now with the sheer amount of energy that I have coursing through my body right now. So very cool, great track. Definitely going to be listening to this album a whole lot more now at the gym. So very excited. Thank you, Jared, for another gym recommendation album. This is getting thrown on tomorrow when I go there. But we are getting into the last track, the track that is Jared's favorite, and I'm hoping is going to be my favorite on this album. This last one is called Inhale the Grief. If I'm going to get the tissues out, let me know. But let's get into this absolutely monstrous track right now.
Allow myself to inhale the grief before it clouds every memory. Let me lay where I fall. Not everything can be good before it hits the bottom. Let it one day, I'll find a place. I'll find a place to call right out. Ordinary and concerned. I'm the worst.
Oh, okay.
Person I'm willing to help. You'll understand. You'll understand it. The things that I'm doing feel like a failure to everyone else. Anyway, we're on so many behaviors to unlearn. Coming to terms with a lie. Twice as hard and half as long. I can't stand to be alone with my thoughts. Always feel like a fraud. No longer am I reserved for the undeserved. I was taught to hate myself before anything else.
Oh,
living a life of blind desperation, waiting for something to come and take us away. A fantasy, just a dream. A savior would present, if only I believed. Nobody gives a fuck about me. Nobody gives a fuck about me. I was the worst of myself, the last person that I would have. It's taken me until now to take myself out. I feel like a fuck up. I feel like a failure. But at least it's not every day, and I am getting better.
Wow, what a fucking ending to this album. Holy shit. This was Inhale the Grief from Boundaries' newest album, Death is a Little More. If you have not checked out this album or you have not listened to it, please go show them some love. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll leave the links to them down in the description. But man, this one's such a great song. I think it's a little bit, to be honest, I think comparatively to a lot of the other songs, I feel like it's a little bit more reeled back, which I'm totally okay with, because considering that we got literally a minute and 46 second like onslaught of a song, I liked that this one is a little bit more dialed in. I think it does add to that sort of character of what the band is, and not that I feel like their music is kind of like over the top in that way, but I think that to me, like, this song allows you to focus more so on the lyricism, where I feel like that this one plays more of an integral role on the song, where maybe the other songs have been more of a focal point on like the instrumentation. It almost feels like their screamer takes kind of the more of the front of this song, which is totally fine, and I'm glad that that is what is delivered in this song. To me, that's what I think is good about this song in terms of a closer song, because a lot of the times when I think about closing songs on an album, I really wanted to wrap up or evoke the feelings that I have felt throughout the entirety of this release. And I think this does a great job of surmising this sort of energy of the album, but I would think even more so it probably does a great job of tying in those sorts of emotional feels that you would have reading the lyricism or understanding the lyricism in more of an integral way. And whenever I do these listen through lives, it's a little bit more difficult for me to kind of tailor out those sorts of thoughts, but whenever I go and listen to these after the fact, that's when I really kind of delve into the lyricism. So I think this album to me is like a great service level, like heavy, like riff driven, like melody slash like rhythm driven album. But I think if you are a good lyricist or you want to become a good lyricist, I think this album taps into some of that like dark, brooding, like lyricism that I think is what makes an album go from good to great. So I'm curious to delve more into the lyricism. I know Jared has given me a couple lyrical things in here in chat, as you can see on the screen, but I'm gonna have to check out some of these. I'm definitely gonna be checking this album out again 100%. It just feels very much in the lane of what I'm wanting to listen to and what I'm currently listening to. So definitely a great recommendation from Jared. So big salutes, my homie, my brother from another mother. But yeah, this was a great album, and I think again, Inhale to Grief does a great job of representing the album in a complete package. So it does have those like really fast, fun, like metalcore, metallic sort of riffs. But I also think it's got like great breakdowns. I think the energy of the track really translates super well too. And I think it again has great closer energy, which is what I love about a good album. In terms of my favorite songs off this release, I gotta say Blame's Burden is probably amongst my favorites. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite song because I feel like I'm a little bit biased because I love Marcus. But in terms of songs that didn't have a feature, I would probably say I enjoyed Turning Hate into Rage, Darkness Shared, Curse to Remember, and Scars on the Soul. I think with an honorable mention for Face the Blade. I think those songs specifically were my favorites. I love this album. Great release. If you have not checked out Boundaries, this is a great album to jump into, at least for their catalog. And I think it gives a good perspective on some of their previous albums if you have not listened to those either. So really like that. I will say the only thing that I was surprised about was the guitar riff that they used in this song feels very reminiscent of an album I ironically just listened to today. It kind of gives me the same guitar riff. Maybe I don't know if it was in the same, like, I imagine Boundaries plays in a much lower tuning, but it gave me the same sort of feelings of Life on Repeat's Rock the Boat, especially that first riff. It has, I don't know if they're using the same chords or not, but to me, that's my brain, that's what it went to. So I don't think it's intentional. I just don't want to spread information, but that was kind of the sounds that I heard from that first song. So if you have not checked out Boundaries, go show them some love. Would be greatly appreciated if you went and did that. So, and also if you can go see them out on tour, they're going to be out on tour right now. So go and see them live if you have the opportunity. Jared is seeing them on the 24th in San Antonio. So if you are out there, go say what's up to my boy Jared. He is a real hoot and a half. So go show him some love. But we're going to move on to the next one here. I'm going to pull up my big screen. So if you have some questions or things you would like to ask me, let me know because they will be here on chat. So very, very, very excited. But very, very cool. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. I'm going to ask chat here what they feel like we should do next. Because I'm getting, it's 11:17 here on the East Coast, so I feel like I have enough strength to do one more. The options are the new Like Moss to Flame album that just came out yesterday, along with Knock Loose, and I feel like that's gonna get swept under the rug. And then as well as that, the other choice is Era's newest album, which I also have not listened to. So those are the two that I have currently. Jared and Kyle, you are the only two I believe here in chat. Well, there's 5 people, so if the other 3 people want to weigh in, let me know. But I think those are my 2 options I'm gonna go with, and then I would like to listen to your brother's single, Kyle. So let me know who I need to look up after that. Or I could listen to it now in the in-between time, if that works out. So yeah, let me know in chat. We'll figure it out. I also